Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen and this is a little catch-up video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram and let's get started. So I've just come back to Cambridge, where I live, after an insane 2 months, and during which a huge number of life events happens to me. So let's catch up. If you've been watching along for the last few months, then you'll probably know that I have done a lot of travelling, I've graduated, and a lot of other stuff has happened. But if you haven't been watching, and or if you're new here, then yeah, this is what I've been doing. So right around the end of May, I finished my Durham finals. I also moved into this place, so I moved into my first apartment on the 10th of May. And I finished my Durham finals on the 17th of May. So basically, my first week in my new place was just like preparing for my Durham exams and taking them. And that was kind of it. Like, I was just sat here with my laptop, like, with my exam paper, doing academic stuff. And that was kind of my first week in my new place. Anyway, so right around the end of May, I finished my Durham finals. I then had a little break, and then I went travelling. So first off, at the end of May, I went to Wales. That was just a weekend. Then immediately afterwards, in excellent timing, I went to Europe for 2 weeks. So the first trip was with some of my friends. The second trip was on my own. So I was solo travelling through Europe, and I made a lot of other videos on how this went, and I've vlogged it, and I've like kind of flogged that horse to death, whatever. So if you're interested about how that went, kind of go and have a look at it, but it was great. Spoiler, it was great, and I learned a lot, and it was very tiring and a long way, but 100% worth it. So that was like travel phase number 1. And then I came back from Europe like mid-June. So that was like the first 2 weeks of June. Then I went to Cambridge Pride, which was in mid-June, with some of my friends, and had a great time, and that was really fun. And then immediately after that, so I was literally back in Cambridge for like 1 weekend. This was how intense this was. I was constantly on the move. I was not in one place for any length of time whatsoever. I was back in Cambridge for 1 weekend, and then on the Tuesday after that, I went back to Durham just in time for Castle June Ball. Like, I literally collected my wristband 10 minutes before the deadline. It was certainly an experience. Anyway, so I went to Castle June Ball, had a wonderful time. Then the next day I opened my final degree grades, so I wasn't exactly hungover, but I was very sleep deprived from Castle June Ball, and I was just like looking at my grades like, okay. Fortunately they were good, but it was just a very, very strange 24 hours. Then I had a little break, again, but this time in Durham, so I was just like hanging out with a bunch of my friends and catching up, and I went to a lot of theatre productions and generally just had a good time. Then I graduated right at the end of June, so that was kind of like the second half of June, was just me like hanging out in Durham and then eventually graduating. I then came back to Cambridge because obviously I graduated, I had to move out of my Durham student house. That chapter of my life done. And then I came back to Cambridge, moved all my stuff into my flat, because I'd moved most of my stuff in, but I still had a little bit of stuff left in my student house in Durham because I kind of needed like clothes there and bedding there and stuff like that. So I moved it all back, and then I had another 1 week break. So at this point, like, a week break felt like a luxury because I'd been moving around so much and doing so many things. So I had a week break in Cambridge, during which I did probably like nothing. I basically did nothing. Seriously. I mean, you know me, I'm like someone who likes to do stuff, but I was really tired and I did nothing. Then I flew to San Francisco. This is travel part 2. So this is right at the start of July, so like it was like the 2nd and 3rd weeks of July, so this was like mid-July. I went to San Francisco and I spent 2 weeks in San Francisco. I'd never been to the States before, so this is again a completely new experience. I then came back to Cambridge. I've just got back. I am still slightly like dizzy from the jet lag, but it's fine. I actually didn't have too much of an issue with jet lag. Like, people had made it out to be this horrendous thing, and maybe I am lucky because I'm relatively young, and maybe if I travel again when I'm like 26, 30, I'm not saying 26 is old, by the way, but like if I travel again when I'm 30 or whatever, again, 30 is not old, don't get offended, but if I travel again when I'm older, then maybe I'll get hit with a jet lag. But I don't know. I mean, I was jet lagged, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't as bad as I'd expected based on other people's descriptions. I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know. I am now back and I'm enjoying the peace and quiet for once. Now, I am doing stuff, like productive stuff, as is evident from the fact that I'm filming right now. I don't know if this is productive, but the last 2 months have been really hectic, but also incredible, and I hope I've managed to document them successfully, because I was vlogging and like making videos throughout this time, so my videos, I'm aware, on this channel have been really sort of like a weird patchwork of my life for the last 2 months, but that's what you get. Like, the channel is kind of about my life. I mean, it's not, but like, also it is. So I hope I've managed to document all of those events successfully. But I am now looking forward to a relatively chill rest of the summer in Cambridge, because honestly, that's probably the busiest 2 months I've had for, I don't remember the last time, probably sometime in second year when I was like going insane with the workload at Durham. I don't know. Anyway, that's probably the busiest 2 months I've had, but they've also been really fulfilling and really fun, and I've had a lot of good experiences. So yeah, that is kind of what I've been doing. I hope you feel now sufficiently caught up on my life. If you feel like this video was entirely unnecessary, feel free to ignore it, but I had these thoughts and I wanted to share them, so I did. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye!